Nutrition in human beings. The life processes can be defined as the processes that take place in living organisms which are needed for the existence of life on Earth. Essential life processes can be listed like this: respiration, nutrition, excretion, reproduction, growth and repair. All living things require nutrients and oxygen in order to survive. Nutrition consists of all the processes through which a living thing obtains the substances it needs to live. Through nutrition, organisms obtain matter and energy. They are necessary to build new cells, to increase in size, to renew cells, to reconstruct lost parts, etc. Energy is required to carry out several other life processes. Human digestive system is essentially a long, twisting tube that runs from the mouth to the anus. The system includes some other organs like the liver, pancreas, etc. The mouth is a specialized organ for receiving food. The mouth opens into buccal cavity where other organs like tongue, teeth, glands, etc. are present. Humans have 4 kinds of teeth. The teeth present in the front portion of our jaws are incisors. They are used for biting or cutting. On the side of incisors, pointed teeth called canines are present that help in tearing. By the side of canines are premolars that are used for chewing food or cracking nuts, etc. Behind premolars are molars that are also wide and flat, having a perfect shape for grinding food. They all perform together to convert a bite into a ground form called bolus. In this process, tongue also plays an important role. Tongue is a muscular organ. Apart from helping in churning of the food, it carries taste buds also. On different areas of tongue, sensory buds to taste different foods are present. So, the tongue helps us in realizing tastes of different types of food like salty, sweet, sour, and bitter. Keeping your buccal cavity clean is very important. Improper cleaning process and bad eating habits lead to dental caries, means tooth decay. A large number of bacteria and food particles stick to the teeth, forming a dental plaque. Bacteria multiplying over leftover food in teeth and start producing acids. The acid softens the enamel and dentine layer starts getting degraded. This leads to cavity formation. The preventive measure to avoid plaque formation is proper brushing of the teeth. The brushing process removes plaque before the bacteria can produce the acids. Let us follow the alimentary canal from the buccal cavity onwards. 3 pairs of salivary glands are also present in the upper and lower regions of the buccal cavity. The buccal cavity leads into the pharynx. It is the portion of the digestive tract that receives food from our mouth. The pharynx divides into 2 pipes, the trachea and the esophagus. The esophagus is a thick-walled muscular tube located behind the trachea. Esophagus leads into the stomach, which is a large compartment that enables us to eat 2 to 3 meals a day. A muscular ring forming a valve called the cardiac sphincter surrounds the opening to the stomach. Another sphincter is present that allows the food to pass from the stomach to the duodenum. This sphincter is known as the pyloric sphincter. This is duodenum, the beginning of the small intestine. An adult small intestine is about 23 feet long. The inner surface of the small intestine contains numerous finger-like projections called villi. Each villus contains a network of blood capillaries that absorb the digested food. The small intestine joins the large intestine in the lower right abdomen of the body. This is appendix. It is a small finger-like close-ended tube. The large intestine is the portion of the digestive system responsible for absorption of water from the indigestible residue of food. The residue is stored in the rectum until it is excreted via the anus. This is liver. It has a wide range of functions, including production of many chemicals necessary for digestion. This small sac-like organ is gallbladder. It stores bile secreted by the liver. The pancreas is also a gland that secretes many essential digestive juices. So, the digestive system is made up of a series of hollow organs joined together in a long, twisting tube from the mouth to the anus. The human digestive system is a complex series of organs and glands that converts food into essential nutrients that are absorbed into the body and moves the unused waste material out of the body. The complete process gets accomplished when food passes through different stages: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. Ingestion. The first step in the digestive process happens when we put something in our mouth to eat. The mouth opens into a large chamber called the buccal cavity, and the food is engulfed in it, depicting Holozoic kind of nutrition. In the buccal cavity, the muscular tongue, along with the help of teeth, mixes the food with the secretions from the salivary glands. 3 pairs of salivary glands secrete saliva, which gets mixed up with the food. These glands are present in the upper and lower regions of the buccal cavity. Digestion. The saliva contains an enzyme called amylase, which digests starch molecules into smaller molecules of disaccharide sugar, maltose. The food takes the form of a soft mass called bolus. The bolus is swallowed down into the pharynx, where the esophagus receives it. When we swallow the bolus, the epiglottis covers the entrance of the larynx so that the food does not enter the windpipe. The bolus of food moves through the esophagus by peristalsis. Peristalsis is an alternate contraction and relaxation of esophageal wall that propels the bolus by a wave-like action. The esophagus empties the food into the stomach. The lining of the stomach secretes hydrochloric acid and certain enzymes. The secretions of the glands present in the lining of stomach are called gastric juice. Hydrochloric acid helps in killing potentially harmful bacteria. The enzyme pepsin starts digestion of proteins by breaking them down into polypeptide chains. Like blender acting on fruits or vegetables to churn them, ball of stomach contracts and mixes the bolus of food with these secretions to form a semi-liquid form of the food called chyme. At regular intervals, pyloric sphincter present at the end of the stomach opens to allow only small amount of food to enter the duodenum. The duodenum is the beginning of the small intestine. The duodenal lining releases intestinal hormones that stimulate the gallbladder and pancreas to release special digestive juices, bile and pancreatic juice. The liver secretes bile, which contains bile pigments and bile salts. The bile juice is stored in the gallbladder until needed in the duodenum. The pancreas lies parallel to and beneath the stomach. It is a large gland and secretes digestive enzymes as well as the hormones insulin and glucagon. Both bile and pancreatic juices enter the duodenum through a common duct. In the duodenum, bile breaks down fats to glycerol and fatty acids, and this process is known as emulsification. The pancreatic juice contains trypsin and chymotrypsin that help in digesting protein to peptide chains. Pancreatic amylase digests starch to maltose. The partially digested proteins, carbohydrates and emulsified fats enter the jejunum and ileum, where it gets mixed up with the secretions released by the intestinal wall. These secretions, collectively known as succus entericus. Protein digestive enzymes, peptidases, complete the digestion of proteins by breaking the peptides into amino acids. Many types of carbohydrate digesting enzymes complete the digestion of disaccharides by breaking them down into monosaccharides. Absorption. The digested food is absorbed by the wall of the intestine, which contains blood capillaries. Absorption takes place by millions of tiny finger-like projections, villi, present on inner surface of small intestine. Each villus contains blood vessels and a lacteal. Glucose and amino acids are picked up by capillaries. Fats get absorbed into the lacteals for transport via the lymphatic system. Assimilation. Absorbed nutrients flow in the bloodstream to the liver, where they are stored and then sent to other parts of the body for utilization. Now, the simple molecules of food which have entered in the bloodstream through absorption reach the cells and are ready for being utilized by them. Utilization of food is meant for growth, for repair and replacement purpose, and for energy release. What's left in the digestive tract passes into the large intestine, where a lot of water, together with dissolved minerals and vitamins, is absorbed. Egestion. The muscular contraction of the walls of the large intestine pushes the feces into the rectum for storage and removal. Removal of feces from the body is called defecation. So, we can say that digestion is one of the most complicated processes in the human body.